I don't know if you'll see it, but look at that deer in the field there. I have come over to this beautiful old chapel tonight to hopefully get some Milky Way shots, some astro and whatever. Before we do some B-roll in there, I wanted to talk about the Z5 and the crop in 4K. And a lot of people give it a hard time for that crop. It's not the only full frame camera that crops in 4K. The reason it crops in 4K is because it just crops into a size of the sensor that is the bare minimum to do 4K. Some cameras use a full sensor and then downsample it to 4K, or do line skipping or pixel binning, which leads to a pretty poor image. But the Z5 doesn't do that, it just crops into the correct amount of pixels to do 4K. I don't really see that as a handicap. A lot of people seem to love reviewing things and find things to hate. There's always something to not like about a product, but there's a simple way to get over it, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So this is the Z5 with the 24-50 kit lens, and as you can see it's a pretty tight crop on it. So let's swap this lens out for the problem solving lens. Hopefully now you're seeing a nice wide view of me at 16mm. So if you must vlog with Z5, then this is the lens to use, and I'll do some B-roll of it in a minute just so you can see what it is. Personally, I wouldn't choose to vlog with a Z5 or any full frame camera anyway. It's too big, too heavy, it'll kill your arm after a few minutes. You're just better off with a GoPro or the little Sony FDR X3000 that I use, which personally I find to be more reliable than a GoPro. So there you go. The best lens to get rid of the crop in 4K is the ZDX 16-50mm f3.5 to f6.3 lens. Bit of a mouthful that, I know. They're dirt cheap, you get added stabilisation, and obviously you get the 16mm width, which probably takes you back to what full sensor 4K would be with a 24mm lens or thereabouts. So as well as the chapel, we've got this monument to the people that developed radar during the second, or just before the Second World War. It was developed by people around this area or people staying in this area, so that's a nice thing to possibly photograph later. So we've also got this interesting rock feature here. I think it's called the anvil, balanced on the edge of this cliff here. Being so close to the cliff edge is a bit of a worry. Sun is just starting to go behind the chapel now. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Just walking back up to the chapel now. Alright, here we are. So this chapel is a Norman chapel. It's about 1,000 years old, and it's named after a guy called St. Aldhelm. Unusually it's completely square, and each corner of the chapel point north, south, east and west. Probably done them in the wrong order. The door's open, so let's go in and have a look. I bet it's gone completely dark for you. So the plan tonight is to set the camera up down about here somewhere, looking towards the door, and if I've got it right, the Milky Way should be just to the right of the chapel with any luck. So let's just sit and wait for it to get dark. I've only really got one chance. Hopefully it'll be dark enough at 11 to get a shot in just before the moon rises. It's a full moon at the moment, so once that's in the sky it's just going to obliterate any chance of Milky Way photography tonight. But I think there's enough other things around here that we should be able to get something interesting. Right, I've got my camera set up at the moment, roughly where I think I need to be, and I've got my 20mm f1.8 G lens on there, so we're all ready to go for when it's dark. So I've just checked my app and I was in completely the wrong position, and I need to be over here looking in that direction, which isn't really where I want it to be, but it's what I'll have to do. Right, I think we are in the right place now. Right, I put my white light on this post here, and that's going to highlight the ground between the camera over there and the chapel over there. And I've put my little orange light in the doorway there. My purple light is there to shine up against that wall. And my blue light is there to shine up against that wall. So let's see what that comes out like. Right, come down to this monument sculpture thing now. What I've done is I've put my white light there, walk round here, I've put my purple light there, and then I am going to set the self timer, rush up here and stand in there and hopefully stand in front of the moon. And the camera is over here. The moon is so bright now that it's casting a shadow, so I'm probably going to back up in a minute. I don't think I'm going to achieve a great deal now, just because the moon is so bright it's well, it's blowing out all the details in the sky. It's just masking everything, so a bit pointless really carrying on. But we'll go and see if we can do anything with that rock pile and then go home. So for final shots tonight, we've come down to this rock formation. Super careful. Don't know if you can see it, but I've put a blue light down there, or it might be purple. It's so dim at the moment that it's hard to tell the difference between blue and purple. And then my other light is over there to highlight that side of the rock. Up here I've put my little white light, it's set really low just to cast a really gentle light, and then over here I've got my camera set up. There it is, ready to go, and we got the moon behind the rock there, so I'm going to do a shot like that, and then I'm going to do a selfie with me in it holding the torch. And then I think I'm going to call it a night and go home for a sleep.